Hello, Star Wars nerds and all other nerds in between. I am Ryan Nightfallen, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, well, welcome. This is my second reaction ever. My first ever reaction was Ahsoka Episode 5, which I'm so glad I reacted to. That was a fantastic episode. Hopefully this week can match it, if not get even better. Hopefully we get Thrawn this episode. Hopefully, we see the new galaxy. Hopefully it starts with a long time ago in a galaxy even farther away. I'm super excited about this episode, so if you're new here, make sure to subscribe, hit the bell icon, leave a like and a comment. Tell me what you hated, what you liked about the episode. Tell me what your favorite Star Wars content is. We can have a conversation. I'm more than welcome to talk Star Wars with any of you. So just leave a comment down below and I will make sure to get back to you. And yeah, I'm super excited to get into this episode. So sit back and relax with me as we take a journey into episode 6 of Ahsoka. See, I learned, when I was editing, I was like, oh, my face is, center. So, I have nowhere to put the actual video. See, I learned. It's right here. Yeah, this whole area right here, Oh, it looks so cool. That's super hyperspace. Whale per space. Purgle space.
Intergalactic travel within a star whale. Well, I really have done it all.
Second thought. Tell me one of those stories. Your choice.
Very well. A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
This close. This close to even farther away. But nice touch. Nice touch. Even farther away! Come on! Are the handcuffs really necessary? Like, didn't she come willingly? Like, she was invited. I put her in a cell? That was a terrible deal. Get your money back, Sabine. It was a terrible cruise.
I was hoping for a room with a view. Hey! Hey! We had a deal!
Preparing to exit hyperspace.
Right into an asteroid field. Everyone died. The end.
That is Peridia, the ancient homeworld of my ancestors, the Dathomiri.
The Jedi Archive spoke of this place. It was the end of the migration route used by the Star Whales as they traversed the void from one galaxy to the other.
My people were among the first to harness and ride the creatures in the days before time was counted.
The whales came here to die.
All right, then. Ah. Space bones. I didn't even realize those were the rings. It was just a ring of bones. It's metal as fuck. She's so smug. Oh my god, it's that one city from Lord of the Rings. Don't crucify me. I don't know Lord of the Rings that well. There's gonna be more Night Sisters here? Oh, fuck! I don't know why I didn't just figure that out. That there would be Night Sisters here. Not much of a thinker.
Welcome, child of Dathomir. You heard our call to you in the dream.
Your visions guided me across the stars.
And you came as Thrawn promised.
Where is Thrawn?
You shall wait. He is coming. It reeks of Jedi.
What the fuck? Sabine, you should just duck.
It will wait in solitude.
gonna be Thrawn's Star Destroyer, isn't it? Knew it. I'm surprised it still works. Ah, repairs. Oh my god. Ah, that's awesome. Holy shit.
What was first just a dream has become a frightening reality for those who may oppose us. Great Mothers, I salute you. This is Enoch, captain of my guard. He shall begin the cargo transfer as per my agreement with the Great Mothers.
I have seen the catacombs. It will take some time. At least 3 rotations.
I brought the prisoner. I felt she could be of some use to us.
And you are?
Mercenaries. Balin Skull. And his apprentice, Shin Hati.
Then you must be General Balin Skull of the Jedi Order.
I parted ways with the Jedi long ago.
You would not be the first.
The prisoner is Sabine Wren.
Now there's a familiar name.
Ah, he's so good. Ah, ah! I love this stormtrooper design. I wonder if all these stormtroopers are like Merrick. If they're all not like real. They're all like shadow. Well, they did call them shadow troopers, so they're probably just not actual people. They're probably just shadow.
Be warned.
Oh, sorry.
Nomads
Night
wander
troopers.
this wasteland and prey upon each other for survival.
Steady. No, wait!
Come on, Sabine. Oh my god. Hey, Sabine, stop fucking up. Come on.
You abandoned me!
Don't yell at
Should have
him.
known you were a coward.
Hey! He doesn't know any better.
Okay, fine. I'll give you another chance, but you better not bail on me this time. Got it?
Look, a boy. Or girl.
Am I missing something?
Ezra's dead. This was all a waste. Ezra's here. He's just buried 6 feet under.
Hey!
What on earth?
Okay, yeah, that trick's over.
Oh my god, there's so many of them. Star Wars or Disney is showing. I don't understand
You know him.
your
You've seen him.
accent. Oh my god, there's so many of them. Oh my god, it's a baby. I want that little baby and Baby Yoda to fight. Baby versus baby. Baby fight pit.
I knew I could count on you.
Typical. Always a plan. Never a good one.
Hey, it worked, didn't it? Didn't it?
It worked.
Yay!
I just want to be happy that I found you. After all this time, can I have that?
Of course. Rikti, what?
Yeah, he's got the scar.
Now, we shall consider Ahsoka-tano alive until we know otherwise. And we shall prepare her accordingly. I want to know her background, history, home world, her master, everything. If a star whale approaches Peridia, destroy it with prejudice. Great mothers, I shall once again require the aid of your dark magic.
The thread of destiny demands it, Grand Admiral.
Alright. That was Ahsoka, episode 6, Far, Far Away. Now, what I thought of the episode is I thought it was actually a really good episode. Non-comparable to last week's episode, because that's on a whole other level of, Star Wars that, like, you can't compare the two. Like, this was a good, we're getting back on track with Ahsoka, Not saying last week didn't have to do with, the rest of the show, but it was for us more than the show itself. But, things I took away from this episode. Thrawn looks amazing. Lars back at it again. Still has the voice. He carries the character well. He embodies him not just with his voice, but the physicality of the character. One thing that I've noticed is that Thrawn does look older, but that just makes sense. They're just turning Lars Mikkelsen blue. So, Lars is not a younger guy. So, I could already tell some of the fanboys and fangirls out there might have a problem with that. I personally don't. I think he looks fantastic. Ezra again. Seeing Ezra again. Seeing the detail of having the two scars that I think it was the Grand Inquisitor gave him. Could be wrong. Correct me in the comments down below. That the Grand Inquisitor gave him on his cheek. We only got him at the end, so it was hard to get like a feeling for him. But as from what I've seen so far, I think I'm really gonna enjoy him. It's just so interesting to see the Rebels characters grown up, and they're not animated, they're real life, and they're grown up, and they're not gonna act exactly how we remember them. They've been through a lot. Like, I saw a lot of people complaining about how Ahsoka in these past few episodes seemed very closed off and not as energetic as, she used to be. And when people say that, it just doesn't make sense to me, because that's like, have you not watched Star Wars up until this point? Like, Ahsoka isn't going to be the happy-go-lucky girl that we knew her as. She's been through a lot. She's been through war. She's lost all her friends. Her master, she lost the Jedi Order not just once, but twice. You know, she's not going to be the same character that we knew her as. And, you know, Rosario's doing a fantastic job at doing this, you know. Old, tired Ahsoka who, you know, does the right thing, but like the young Ahsoka said, she doesn't want to fight her whole life. And, you know, if you've been fighting your whole life, it's realistic to not want to. To just finally, you know, ask for the time when, you know, when are you just going to be able to rest? That's what I was getting from Ahsoka up until this point. I think from last week's episode, we didn't get to see her a lot in this episode, but I feel like we're going to get that new energized Ahsoka where, you know, she's reinvigorated. She's finally, you know, as Anakin said, live or die. That was what he was trying to teach her, is that you either get to live or you get to die. You get to either live your life and not have to worry about your past, not have to worry about the things that you may have done or the things that you might have changed. Either choose to live with it and move on, or die with it and let it consume you. That was my takeaway from the lesson that Anakin was trying to teach Ahsoka. And, you know, I think that's not just a theme for Ahsoka, I think it's a theme for the TV show in general. That a lot of the characters in the show are, you know, have their traumas, have their things, you know. No one likes to really think about it, but Hera's a single mom, who is also a general of a newly formed republic, and lost her husband, who was a Jedi. And now her kid wants to go down that Jedi path. What would a mother think about that? Like, yeah, her kid is, you know, has these magical abilities. And, you know, it's just something that, you know, the average person may not understand. But, you know, she'll see her kid as fantastic. She'll see him as, you know, what an amazing son I have. But I'm sure every single time she looks at Jason, she just sees Kanan. And, you know, that's a trauma that she has to live with. So, you know, Jason saying that he wants to be a Jedi. You know, it's like a mother who lost her husband in war, and her son says, hey, I want to go be a soldier. The mother would feel conflicted about that. Any parent would. And I think that's, you know, a good thing that this show is exploring, that there are levels of trauma in all of these characters. And I assume we're going to explore some of Ezra's. You know, we already did in Rebels, but, you know, he's been secluded for God knows how long. It's been 10 plus years. Dude's been alone with Thrawn, of all people. You know, I'm survived that he's still sane. So yeah, you know, the Night Mothers being there, fantastic touch. You know, I made a joke saying that, oh, I should have expected that, but, you know, just seeing live action Night Mothers. Not Talzin, because she's dead, but just as good, I guess. Seeing the Night Mothers was a treat. Didn't expect to see Night Mothers, or that there was more than just one. I thought Talzin was just the only one. The Night Troopers, oh my god. One of the best Stormtroopers designs I've ever seen. I love it. I love it. Just the cracked, dirty armor held together with like the red ribbons. Like they've just been, you know, trying to hold on to you know, the scraps that they have. You know, what is it, Kitsugi? The gold, when they use gold to reattach things. I think it's Kitsugi. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. That design on some of the shoulders and the helmets and the chests. Enoch having like the whole like Roman style faceplate in his helmet. Oh my god. I thought that was just a fantastic detail. Now my question is, how did we get here? Because again, tell me, I'll love to hear it. How did these troopers get there? Like, I was kind of expecting Thrawn to be, you know, having like a ragtag team left. Like, I would assume those Purgles, you know, did a number on the people on that Star Destroyer. But to see that many troopers alive makes me think that they are like Merrick, and they're just embodiments of Night Sister magic. That they are just shadow, you know, inside, and then you kill them and they go blah 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 blah, and then they turn to bone. So that's what I think those troopers are, that they're not actually real people, that they were once real, but they've been resurrected. Finally having a good boy in Star Wars. Like, we already had the Loaf Wolves in Rebels, but now we have an extraterrestrial good boy. A good boy from a different galaxy. So thank you, good boy. Forgot the name of the good boy wolf, but thingy. But Balin and Shin. I'm sure those scenes are probably going to be cut from my video because I wasn't reacting. Because I was just so in the moment with their scenes. It is so hard to say anything, to make comments, or, you know, react when they're sharing a scene together, because they're just both so good, and it upsets me so much that Rey was taken from us, because he was one of the actors that Star Wars needed. That he is, when he's on screen, he is just in it. He's, you know, in the spotlight. He's, you know, you can't look away from him when he's on screen, because he's something about Balin. His aura is just so interesting. Like, he's not evil, but he's not good. He's a complicated character where he has his own motives, but you can't tell if his motives are, you know, good or bad. And, you know, one moment he's saying some really dark things, and you're like, whoa, bud, let's take it back a notch. And then the next minute he's like, I'm only saying that because this, and blah, 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 blah. And you're like, oh, you're opening up. That's usually what villains don't do, so good on you, I guess. And then Shin, you know, the whole time I'm watching her, you know, at first I was like, oh, you know, the whole dynamic is that he's going to be the calm, cool, and collected master, and she's going to be the hot-headed apprentice. But this episode almost turned that around, where he was, you know, in his feelings, and he's like, I'm brooding, and here's my history, and blah, blah, blah. And she's almost the one where she's like, whoa, what are we doing here? Like, when Thrawn tells, you know, them to, go hunt down Sabine. I said that she can find Ezra. Didn't say that she gets to stay with him. Like, find them and kill them. Shin was like, whoa, but we gave them our word. What are we doing here? That is not what I expected from that character, and that is such good storytelling, because the character's not just one note. That she's a multi-layered character where you're like, oh, she's not just a hot-headed apprentice. she actually believes in her master. She believes in, her cause. But when they do something that she doesn't necessarily agree with, you actually see it. And I think that is such good storytelling, because sometimes, a thing happens, and then, an episode later, they'll be like, hey, I didn't like doing that. But you didn't see it in the episode, so you're like, oh, that came out of left field. But I'm glad that we're with these characters on their journey, and we're with them beat by beat, so we actually get to see them grow. We get to see them question things, or motives, or, waiting for the outcome of what the story has for Shin and Balin is another thing that I'm excitedly looking forward to, because I want to see where they end up. And, some things can't be said in recent Star Wars, TV shows, where you don't exactly care about the antagonist. Like, I personally liked Reva. I really liked Reva. But I personally think she should have died at the end, when she challenged Vader, and Vader and her had her 1v1. And it's revealed that, oh, I knew who you were the whole time. I personally think that she should have died, because that would have, yes, she had a nice redemption in the end. But it doesn't make sense to me why Vader would let her live. And, some people argue, that, oh, her rage kept her alive, like most dark side users. My interpretation on that, if we're going to compare it to Anakin Skywalker when he got his legs and arms cut off and got burned alive, I believe that he was only able to keep himself alive because he was Anakin Skywalker. If it happened to anybody else, they would have died. If it was any, insane, injury that they sustained, if it was anybody else but Anakin Skywalker, they would have died. So when Reva survived, it took me out a little, because, I was like, I don't think Darth Vader would have let you live. Twice. He stabbed her twice. And she survived twice. That doesn't sit well with me for Vader's character. I think it fits perfectly well for an Inquisitor to try to challenge Vader and die in the process. Because that's the tragedy of being an Inquisitor. Of course, doing something new, where an Inquisitor, turns tail and it's like, I don't want to be an Inquisitor anymore. I don't want to work for Vader anymore. I don't want to be a dark side user anymore. I want to go home. I like that story idea. I just don't think it worked in Obi-Wan. Whereas now, in Ahsoka, I see the beats. I see the, oh, well, they were doing this last episode, but now they're kind of questioning. Slowly. Or, one questions, the other one doesn't. And then vice versa. I think that works so well because we're on that journey with them. That, we're questioning, oh, would you do that? Because I still don't know you guys that well, so would you go kill Sabine? Even though you gave her your word that you wouldn't hurt her? Do you have another plan? Is this kind of just you're doing what you're making Thrawn think you're doing what he wants you to do? Who's to say? But I'm excited to see where it goes. But yeah, those are my thoughts on the episode. Ending note. Love that a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away is now diegetic in Star Wars. Such a nice touch. That it is a story that we're told, and it's a story that the younglings were told in the Jedi Temple. So it's, one and the same story that's been told. And that, the story that we're being told already happened in the Star Wars universe. So I think that was a very nice touch. yeah, I think that's all I had to say about this episode. So can't wait for next week's episode. If you enjoyed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like, the bell, and leave a comment down below what your favorite part of the episode was, what your favorite thing was, what your least favorite thing was, what your favorite Star Wars content is, who your favorite character is, what your lightsaber color is, whatever it is, leave a comment down below. I'd love to talk Star Wars with any of you. Yeah. That's all I got to say. Thank you for watching. And I will see you guys next week for Ahsoka episode 7. Episode 7.